questions that I get a lot is the iron swing the same as the driver swing? And to be honest with you, the answer is yes. If you have a very technically sound golf swing, you will notice holistically the way that you can have very similar feelings all the way from pitching up to the driver swing. However, that's not always the case for amateur golfers. And recently somebody came to visit for a lesson who was very good at hitting the sort of wedges and the mid irons, but as we progressed through the clubs, started to get more inconsistent. This was because of a lack of width. Okay, so what was happening with the golfer is he would get the right arm a little bent in the backswing position, but really as he started coming in towards the downswing, he would start to rotate his body, but the right arm would stay too bent. And this would mean typically the club shaft would get a bit too vertical. And like I say, if you're using a shorter club and it's closer to you, you can kind of get away with it. As soon as you start progressing into the longer clubs, this is when you're going to start to get a little bit found out. Now, what we essentially did during the lesson was just talk about the right arm and just work on feelings. And one of the great things that you can do, Swing Buddy Gravity Wand. And the main reason why, can you hear the ball bearing? If I do it again. So when you get started, the ball bearing's in the top of the handle, then it drops to the bottom. Now, what was happening with the student was he was starting the downswing, keeping this right arm bent like so. Now, what needs to happen is that. And it will obviously feel quite unusual because the club's going to feel like it's going 45 degrees behind you. But what you can see is the way this part of the club here points down towards your target line, which theoretically means you're coming down on plane. And that's why this becomes a really excellent trainer. And you can obviously then start to snap it down, etc., to simulate it. But what happened was we worked on that. And we went away then from a very, very steep start to the downswing position like so. And obviously, you know, driver's not going to want you to come like this. But if I now show you this, so the difference. From here, the club can come down nicely. We started to notice that things like the angle of attack were better. The spin rate obviously improved dramatically. And yeah, just miles better. Anyway, work on that straightening move. If you're interested in the Gravity Wand, head over to the website swingbuddy.com. I'll see you soon.